Hello everyone, today I'm on the beautiful Regents Canal. I'm walking from Camden Town tube station to Baker Street. Most of that route will follow the canal. There's some absolutely beautiful scenery. This is a walk that I have done before, but only once I think. Let's go. Exiting from Camden Town station, I'm straight away on the busy Camden High Street, and I come to the first of many parts to Camden Market. It would take a whole video to cover the market, and I'll do that one day. You can feel the buzz in the air building the closer you get to the market, and you start to see all the decorations and paintings above the shops on the way. The first thing to catch my eye for a photo is this diner, and I think it really stands out. 200 yards further and we're nearly there.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Roll up!
Everyone's in a really good mood, and this next guy jumps into my photo with a smiley face. I'm looking out over the dock now, and I'll walk along the right side of this canal in a minute. But the path takes a little detour through the food area first. I've brought sandwiches for lunch, but the sights and smells are really tempting. Now I'm out in the canal path and I'm excited to see what I'm going to find up ahead. The first odd thing is this pirate castle. And then I see the first stationary narrowboat. Wow, 2 trains at once. The street names are marked on the bridges, so it's quite handy to have a marker. As we leave Camden Lock behind, the area takes on a much more relaxed, casual vibe, and the houses look completely different. This is such a nice stretch of the water with that lovely bend around the canal. Moving on now, I take a few random photos as I go, including this cow on a balcony. I love the way the water shimmers and sparkles on the roof of this tunnel, so I've taken a photo and I think it looks better in black and white. Next I've reached a quiet spot, and while I have my lunch, I try my luck at taking photos of this little coot, which is hiding under the branches on the opposite bank. I've left the natural sound there so that you could hear the birds. We've arrived at Cumberland Basin, and yes, that floating Chinese restaurant is listing to one side. I'll leave this scene to play because the canal boat here is just about to make a very sharp turn. The little boat we see ahead with the couple in it can be hired in Paddington Basin, and it's basically just an open boat with a table in it so that you can picnic as you go along. The next few scenes show the beautiful bridges in the area. We're now walking alongside Regent's Park. As we're looking ahead, Regent's Park is on the left. Aha, now the interesting bit. If you see up ahead the huge triangular structures, they're the zoo's aviaries. The zoo is on either side of us now. There you can see some hunting dogs. That's looking over to the bank on the left of the canal, and there we have a warthog. Right at the start of the walk, did you see the sign for the music boat? This is the music boat. It's really nice. It's a guitar player just playing some really nice relaxing music while someone punts along. Very eco-friendly and very quiet. This is a very quiet stretch of the river, so I've just taken a few photos as I've gone along. Some of the canal boats, and one coming up is just a quick snap, not a very good one, I didn't take enough time, of bluebells, but they're the first bluebells I've seen this year. You can see how the path has got quieter as I've gone along, and now there was no one else on that stretch alongside me. But what we have on the other side of the bank are some huge houses, really beautiful with enormous gardens, and each one seems to be bigger, more palatial and better than the one before. Now the character of the path changes again, and I can see a road bridge up ahead and a rail bridge. I've left the canal behind now, and I'm on Park Road heading towards Baker Street Tube Station. So we're back in the busyness again after climbing up from the canal path. There are still some lovely houses on this road though, and there's one with a nice blossom tree on front. Almost at Baker Street now, so I've taken a photo of the lovely little Sherlock Holmes Museum, along with a very friendly policeman who was standing outside and waited patiently until everyone else had gone so I could get a photo of him just on his own. And here we are, back at the tube station. Now I'm going to enjoy choosing my favourite photos of the day, and they are the diner, one of the narrow boats, the water patterns under the tunnel in black and white, graffiti in another tunnel, the narrow boat chugging along, and a beautiful house on Park Road with the blossom in front. After a lot of deliberation, I've chosen the graffiti in the tunnel because I love the silver and blue colours, the ripples on the water, and just the shapes that this makes. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. I've enjoyed every minute walking along the canal. It's been really great and the weather has been lovely. The main thing I've paid attention to this week is not just what I'm taking a photo of, but where I'm taking the photo from. it can make all the difference. I've found some really quiet little spots just off the beaten track, which means there's quite a bit of peace to just set up the composition that I want. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. Bye.